Greetings, free thinkers. Welcome to the Hoggcast. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing fine. I certainly am okay, I suppose. So what do we have for you on today's episode? We have for you Mike Lindell, the My Pillow guy. He was on Newsmax the other day. Now, Newsmax is something that a lot of conservatives, a lot of Trump supporters, Republican voters have been touting as the new Fox. And in many ways they are. However, the way they treated Mike Lindell, and you're going to see it in this clip, we've only got one clip to watch, was not right. It wasn't right. Now, should Mike Lindell be continuing to flog the dead horse of the Dominion machines, etc., etc.? In my opinion, no. I think we have to move past all of that and focus on moving forwards. I think at this point Mike Lindell is just going to do damage to himself, Donald Trump, his friend, and most importantly his business. You know, he has a lot of employees, so he should think about that. But that's not what the video is about. The video is about the way the hosts treat him, specifically the man in the middle. It doesn't treat him well at all, and it's akin of something like CNN or even Fox News. So let's get into this clip now, but if you haven't yet, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell and share this video around. That's more important now than ever to share this around. Retweet it. I'm on various platforms. If you could share this to social media. The channel is demonetized at the moment, so I could do with your help, if you are a regular user, that could really help me out and help this channel grow. Okay, let's go. Okay, so let's check this clip out.
So what happened? What happened with your Twitter account and the company page?
Well, first mine was taken down because we have all the election with these Dominion machines. We have 100% proof. And then when they took it down about 3 weeks ago, and then I'm going to put it back up. My personal, it was a
Mike. Thank you very much, Mike. You're talking about machines that we at Newsmax have not been able to verify any of those kinds of allegations. We just want to let people know that there's nothing substantive that we've seen. And let me read you something there. While there were some clear evidence of some cases of vote fraud and election irregularities, the election results in every state were certified, and Newsmax accepts the results as legal and final. The courts have also supported that view. So we wanted to talk to you about canceling culture, if you will. We don't want to relitigate the allegations that you're making, Mike, because we understand where you are. So let me ask you this. Do you think that this should be temporary because it appears to be permanent? Could you make an argument that it is temporary?
What?
Could you make an argument that this could be a temporary banning rather than permanent?
No, I want it to be a permanent because you know what? They did this because I'm revealing all the evidence on Friday of all the election fraud with these machines. So I'm sorry if you think it's not
Mike,
real.
Can I ask our producers, can we get out of here, please? I don't want to have to keep going over this.
Actually,
we Newsmax have not been able to verify any of those allegations that you're
Mike, hold on a second. Everybody hold on a second. Mike, hold on 1 second. Let's talk a little bit about just what is happening overall in terms of censorship.
Cancel out my company and myself in this country. It's cancel culture.
Okay, so let's go back and watch again because there's some very important points I want to make. I can't believe that's Newsmax. That could have been a clip out of CNN. They were railroading him. They didn't listen to anything he had to say. They weren't interested in anything he had to say. They were very concerned. The anchor in the middle, the man who walked off stage, him there, he had a pre-written, as you saw him read, and we'll go over it again, a pre-written statement about litigation, because that's what they're worried about. They're worried about getting sued by the company that made the machines. Now, going back to the whole machine thing, okay, whether it happened or whether it didn't, it's too late to do anything about that. So why rip off your nose to spite your face? You've got to look forward. If you want to win a next election, you have to look forward to 2024, the midterms in 2022. But you've got to put forward a coherent strategy to get people to vote for you. Going on and on and on about Dominion isn't going to solve anything. Now let's go back, because that's not what this video is about. What this video is about is the way they're treating him. Now, let's watch again, because they ask him a question, why he's getting banned, and what does he think about it? He gives you the reason why he got banned, and then you cut him off, and you go on about all your litigation. Look, watch again, you see what I mean.
So what happened? What happened with your Twitter account and the company page?
Well, first mine was taken down because we have all the machines. We have 100% proof. And then when they took it down about 3 weeks ago, and then I put it back up, my personal, it was a
Mike, thank you very much. Mike, you're talking about machines that we at Newsmax have not been able to verify any of those kinds of allegations. We just want to let people know that there's nothing substantive that we've seen. And let me read you something there. While there were some clear evidence of some cases of vote fraud and election irregularities, the election results in...
You see, they've got no interest in letting him talk. None at all. They're doing what all of the mainstream media broadcasters do and all of the so-called journalists do. They have an answer, and then they bring someone on with the intention of getting them to ask the question that will allow them to give the answer. Okay, that's not what journalism's about. You're meant to go out there and ask the question and then get the answer. You're not meant to start from a position of, we have the answer, let's find the right person to ask the question. It's the literal and exact opposite of what journalism is actually supposed to be about. So he's gone off script. Even though they asked him, they were asking him why has he been suspended from Twitter, he's giving them the reason. And that isn't good enough. That isn't good enough for them. So how is he supposed to answer?
Every state were certified, and Newsmax accepts the results as legal and final. The courts have also supported that view.
Who cares? You asked him why he's being suspended. This isn't about litigation towards Newsmax. This isn't about you saving your hide. And if we're in a situation where you can't even talk anymore without being sued, and that's, of course, if you're a Republican or if you're a conservative in general, because we very rarely are allowed to talk, just to mention our opinions. We get censored beyond belief for it. But you asked him why he's been suspended. He gave you the answer, but that's not good enough for you. And now you're talking over him.
So we wanted to talk to you about canceling culture, if you will. We don't want to relitigate
The ultimate irony here is that this guy here is trying to cancel him. He's trying to shut him down and cancel him off, even though he's just trying to answer the question you asked him.
Allegations that you're making, Mike, because we understand where you are. So let me ask you this. Do you think that this should be temporary? Because it appears to be permanent. Could you make an argument that it is temporary?
So he's brought someone on to talk about cancel culture and how terrible cancel culture is. They ask him why did he get suspended from Twitter. The MyPillow guy gives him his answer why he got suspended from Twitter. That wasn't good enough for him. So then he, on behalf of Newsmax, tries to cancel Mike Lindell of MyPillow. Astounding. I think she gets it. The woman over here, I think she understands, because she tries to rescue it. But this guy here, he's in his emotions, and he literally just has a strop and walks off. He should face some sort of disciplinary action, in my opinion, from Newsmax, the company.
What?
Could you make an argument that this could be a temporary banning rather than permanent?
No, I want it to be a permanent because you know what? They did this because I'm revealing all the evidence on Friday of all the election fraud with these machines. So I'm sorry if you think it's not
Mike,
it's real.
can I ask our producers, can we get out of here, please? I don't want to have to keep going over this.
Actually,
we at Newsmax have not been able to verify any of those allegations.
So look, he's obviously in his emotions. He asked him specifically about cancel culture. He talks, and then the news anchor tries to cancel him. Astounding. But I do think she understands it. I think she gets it. That's why she's trying to rescue the segment. And then he, in his emotions, he gets up and walks off. He should definitely, in my opinion, should be fired. Because that's not professional. Okay, if you bring someone on to your show, regardless, even if they're talking about being abducted by aliens and being experimented on the moon, right? No matter how wacky and out there it is, you invited him on. Let him talk. If you don't like what he's saying, once he's finished talking, say you disagree with him. But to habitually talk over him when he's answering the question you asked, then you sort of ask him a question about cancel culture, you don't get the answer you wanted, so you try to cancel him.
Mike, hold on a second. Everybody hold on a second. Mike, hold on 1 second. Let's talk a little bit about just what is happening overall in terms of censorship.
So he stormed off. The guy stormed off. He should be fired. He absolutely should be fired for that. That was pathetic. That showing was pathetic. Absolutely pathetic.
About just what is happening overall in terms of censorship.
Cancel out my company and myself. In this country, it's cancel culture.
So
that's the end of the clip, and it's just the ultimate irony that they're trying to cancel him. They're talking about cancel culture, and then they literally cancel him on air. In regards to Mike Lindell, My Pillow, and anyone else out there, it's just my advice, but move on from the whole Dominion thing. That's my opinion. Move on, focus forwards. That's what conservatism should be about, is to focus forwards and try to build on what Trump started. If you go down all of that route, not only are you going to harm yourself, you're going to harm the movement. And in the case of these people who have big businesses like Trump and Mike Lindell, you're going to damage your businesses. And I would hate to see your business empires collapse because you gave the left what they wanted. Because make no mistake about it, they would revel at your misfortune if your business collapsed because you have a different political opinion. They would revel in it. Don't give them that. Don't give them that win. But their behaviour towards Mike Lindell, not this woman here, she was alright, but the man, his actions were just overly emotional, knee-jerk, bizarre, and he should face disciplinary action in my opinion. It's just my opinion. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. If you haven't yet, please like, subscribe to the channel, like the video, hit the notification bell, and share this video around. That's more important now than ever. I need you more now than ever because the channel has been demonetized. Thank you very much. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.